we're doing a live now. So we are on I-40. We're headed west. We're between Clinton and Elk City. And what you're looking at in the shot right there is really the first sign of storms going up in Oklahoma. This is going to be somewhere south of Elk City, south of I-40. And you can see it's kind of a narrow updraft plume, I guess. But that's the first thing out here.
Now talk about what happened earlier.
So there was earlier over near Pauls Valley, a tornado occurred near I-35, maybe northwest of Pauls Valley. So that happened 30 minutes ago or so. That storm is still going. I believe it's still tornado warned. Moving east of 35 now. I think we're going to get off right here. But what we're expecting, I mean, those storms are kind of moving east. We're expecting new storms to form out here in western Oklahoma and then move towards central Oklahoma, Oklahoma City, as the evening goes on. And that's kind of what we're looking at. It's getting a little bit bigger. I mean, if you look at it, it's not quite as narrow as it was. I mean, it's kind of getting a little bit stronger looking, I guess you could say. Not by any means a storm yet, but big tower.
So we do have an anemometer on the truck now, and you can see the wind speed actually works while we drive. So this shows you the wind speed and the highest gust that we've received. What is the timeline on that?
The timeline of what?
On the gust.
Oh, it's just until I reset it. That is the highest gust that we've seen since I turned it on, probably 30 minutes ago or so. So just to let you know, there's a company in Oklahoma City called Audio Buff, and they're the ones that put all this together for us, and it's a totally custom design, totally custom thing. And what they've done is they've used computer programming, I guess you could say, and some math equations basically to make it accurate while we're driving. So they'll take the vehicle direction, the vehicle speed, and the angle of the anemometer and the speed of the anemometer, and from that decipher the true wind speed even while we are driving. And let me tell you what, we've tested it and it's accurate. It's very accurate. I'd say within a mile or two. So anyway, what you're looking at is we're going straight south. Right now we're near Foss. We're going south. That tower should be somewhere near Burns Flat. Going to be east-southeast of Elk City.
We also have some towers to our northwest.
Okay. Maybe we'll stop here in a little minute and take a look at those as well. So, but this is already producing an anvil. It's up to anvil level, but not even showing up really on radar yet, I don't think. Oh, I see those. Yeah, we're also seeing some towers to our west-northwest as well.
That tornado warning is still in effect near Stratford, moving east-southeast. And right now the couplet is not very tight. It's not looking as strong as it was before. So that's going to be near Stratford, southeast of Byers, and movement to south or east-southeast, and that is moving towards Ada. So if you live in Ada, you really need to keep your eyes on this storm for sure. So the models are showing storms developing further west. That's why we are out west. And these are going to affect western and central Oklahoma later, and even after dark. So A lot of people have been asking, is the Oklahoma City metro area out of the woods? And our answer to that would be no. The tornado watch is still in effect for much of the counties in Oklahoma, at least western. And it goes all the way up. See, Payne County is not included in the watch. I wouldn't rule anything out, but it's right on the border there. So the watch goes from Stillwater to Perry, over to Hennessy, basically all along Highway 51, all the way to the Texas Panhandle border. And then it goes all the way down into Texas and all the way down to the Red River.
So what you're looking at right there is some smaller towers, kind of northwest of us at the moment. It's really hard to see those because they're not lit up very well, but we're going to turn and look at this other one, which is really lit. There you go. Wow, look at that.
I'm going to pan up on this. You can see how it's really sheared over. Well, that thing is really tilted over, isn't it?
Yes, it is. A lot of shear, a lot of speed shear, deep layer shear.
Yeah, I'm pulled out as far as I can go with that.
I mean, looking at it from a distance, if you can't see how skinny it is right up above the surface, you would think, God, man, that's going big.
Yeah, 5,000 Cape is nosing into this area, so instability is continually increasing. And I think really as the evening progresses, we're going to have that. Let me put this out 2 hours. Yeah, it's just going to continue to be a favorable environment as these build out here. Have you looked at the latest HUR?
No, is it out, the new one? Is it?
Maybe. Wow, that's huge. So we're looking at some hailstones from Mustang, larger than golf balls. So yeah, this shows between 9 and 10 p.m. Storm really taking off just north of I-40. near Clinton. And then it kind of dives hard to the right near Weatherford, crosses I-40. So Weatherford, Clinton, you could see some big hail out of this system coming out. Yeah, we may not have much before dark. So it's kind of a waiting game here in western Oklahoma.
So if you're listening to us and you're in Stratford, that circulation is very near you right now. Tom is there and he's not seeing a tornado at the moment. So if something happens, we'll keep you updated on that. But right now, I mean, if I live in that area, I would definitely be in shelter. I mean, if you seem to be in the direct path of it, just in case something happens, because it can happen quickly. But it's pretty near Stratford.
Yeah, it looks like the updraft base of that just obliterated, just vaporized.
Well, it's cycling.
Yeah. Well, sure is pretty.
Yep.
Just not very meaty.
Well, it's an attempt at a storm. The first real attempt out here. So we'll just have to keep watching, and I mean, there's going to be others. As a matter of fact, the forecast models are saying that it really explodes out here, out near the Texas border, just a little bit later.
So someone asked about the wind speed. Yes, we do have an anemometer on top of our truck, and we're able to receive the data in the truck and have it put on the screen. So that's, yeah, it's definitely a sensor on our truck. So the hope is when we get into a storm to be able to see what the wind speeds are. And the nice part is that while we're driving, it's still very accurate with the wind speed. So it's quite a complex program that does that. So Granfield has a 75 dew point. Pretty intense moisture along the Red River. Hollis went from a 70 dew point down to a 64. Nonetheless, it's still pretty humid. So Elk City has a 70 dew point. So does Cheyenne, 69, Butler, 70. So that moisture is really surging to the northwest.
You see this? Hey, by the way, I just want to say thanks to our sponsor, Belter Roofing. If you have hail damage in Mustang, we know that Mustang got bigger than golf balls. We saw pictures of them. Give them a call. They would be happy to come out and give you guys a free estimate on roof damage. Belter Roofing, they're local. They're not an out-of-state, fly-by-night company or anything like that. They do a great job. Just give them a call, Belter Roofing.
So our current location, we're 3 miles south of Foss. It's just south of I-40. And so right now we've been keeping our eyes on Amarillo radar we anticipated storms to fire off the dry line, and those will be the ones affecting western Oklahoma. They are starting to take off now. We've had some showers out there along the dry line, really not doing much, but anyway, they're starting to develop now. One even has a hail marker, so they're still pretty weak, but they're intensifying. So those are going to be near Pampa. We've got one southeast of Stinnett. So they're still a pretty good ways out in the Texas Panhandle, but they are moving in the general area of western Oklahoma. So those may be the ones that we need to watch for sure. And this little shower we've been watching is just kind of a blip right over Bessie, south of I-40 or south of Clinton, and it's just kind of going away. So I really think the main show is still further west.
That was this coming down.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I'll put it down.
It's like, did a bird hit your anemometer? We don't need to do that.
All right, look at this. So this is the newest herd. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but that's boom, and then boom right there. Just north of 40 is what it's showing, and that's 10 p.m.
Yeah. And then it dives hard and lays down a bunch of hail at Weatherford.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I looked at earlier, and I was like, wow, that's... So basically the Weather Service is talking about how, watching these storms that are going to move in from the Panhandle, just the short range is showing that there might be just some easterly surface winds that bring some storm cool dry air from central Oklahoma that might lower the dew points a little bit, but still along the Red River there's that surge of mid-70s down there, and so that's still an issue, because if you still have that narrow tongue of instability coming up, you could still get a tornado out of that. Thing is moving on.
I know, but it's only half a storm.
It's half a storm.
It's only half a storm. It's missing its bottom half.
Yeah.
Although there's still clouds underneath. It's just in two pieces now.
Yeah, it lost its surface part. It's just all up above now.
David just said this whole area of western Oklahoma is going to light up like a Christmas tree.
Well, he's banking on it.
I don't know, it just keeps pushing it back later, though, you know?
I know.
I think so.
You want to go west?
I think.
I think so.
Let's go.
Do you think this whole area is kind of scoured out by lower dew points?
Nah, I mean, I have no way to verify that, but I'd look at the. I don't know what would have scoured it out, though. What would have scoured it out?
Just the east winds coming from central Oklahoma.
I don't think so. I mean, there was only 2 storms over there, and there's no way it could have reached that much. But see all this in here? That's just mixing. I think that's just due to mixing out and heating up. I think it ought to flood back in. And all this could be like moisture convergence along that boundary. That storm from here. It's got an overshoot on it.
Right.
Hey Justin, this tower over here has lost the bottom half of its updraft.
Yeah, storms continue to increase in the Texas Panhandle.
Yeah, but I mean it tried, but it's still an indication that that something is trying out here. I still think it's going to form further west.
Our location, we're still south of Foss, approaching I-40.
What? I mean, that might just be straight on the boundary. You would think that. So, Justin, why do we have calm winds at Butler and very, very light winds at Elk City? Well, that would be the only reason I can even think of. I haven't seen that all day, though. So from Sky News, Bob Mills Sky News 9, they are showing a wall cloud west of Ada on the storm. Now, the shear doesn't really look super tight at this moment, but there is some shear there for sure. So if you live in Ada, I mean, you guys have seen this so many times. How many times has Ada? I mean, we were there, and then one tornado went right through town. But yeah, I mean, you guys got to feel. Anyway, Ada, you're under the gun again. Just watch that close. Wall cloud west of town. There is shear showing up. Tornado warning is still there on the storm. So it's something you need to watch for sure. Okay, so just to let everybody know, we are headed west on 40. We are expecting storms to erupt in the far east, Texas Panhandle, western Oklahoma, a little bit later tonight, and move into the tornado watch area. And basically, it's going to be a long night for the western half of the state.
lightning showing up itself just north of Nampa.
Okay. And so those storms are going up in an area that doesn't have nearly as much instability as we have over here. So that's pretty impressive. Those storms out there are not even severe. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break to get something to eat. We don't think you guys want to hear us smacking or anything, so we're going to turn the live stream off and turn it back on as soon as we're done, because storms should be going up by that time. So anyway, that's what we're going to do right now. We are, once again, we're in far western Oklahoma near Elk City. If you live in western Oklahoma, man, just keep alert tonight, especially near I-40. Elk City, points west, and even a little east, Clinton, maybe even Weatherford, all the way to Oklahoma City eventually. It looks like all that area is going to be under the gun. This is a boundary, an east-west boundary, where the moisture's coming back. And that's where we expect the storms to follow along, and they could get pretty bad. So anyway, thanks for watching. We're going to cut it off for a little bit and then come back on a little bit later. We just want to have some fuel for tonight.